What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Planet Zoo news, of which we're probably going to have quite a bit of this week because we're finding out lots of new information that Frontier hasn't really told us about before, and things that they said we would find out about, such as the beta, which we're going to talk about first. So they said during Gamescom they would announce the beta, and it looks like they did this somewhere around like 3 a.m. last night, my time. The beta will start September 24th and will run until October 8th. So we only get about 2 weeks of beta. And the game launches on November 5th, which that's an awesome birthday present for me because that's my exact birthday, is the day that the game releases. So that's kind of cool. But again, only 2 weeks of beta, which kind of sucks. But I guess really thinking about it, I think Planet Coaster only had like maybe a couple of weeks of beta or something like that. But if you got in early, you got in on the alpha, which there's a lot more of. So I don't know. But anyway, nonetheless, 2 weeks of beta starting September 24th. If you want access to the beta, you got to make sure that you purchase the deluxe version of the game, which gives you that. The normal version, which I think is like 45 bucks, won't give you the early access as well as some extra animals. So you got to get the deluxe version, and it's only $10 more, which is a great deal because I paid about $75, I think it was, for Planet Coaster to get into alpha and beta. So, and you didn't really get anything awesome extra with that. You got like some art, which I've never looked at, and you also get some music, which I never use. So, which I think comes with the deluxe version of Planet Zoo as well. But mostly you get the extra animals, just a few of them. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. And you also get the early beta access as well as that. So that is the only way you can get into the beta, is getting the deluxe version, but it's $20 less than what Planet Coaster was. It's only $54.99 American. So that's not too bad, and I highly suggest doing that. Now, you don't have to buy the beta or the deluxe version before 24th. You can get it anytime between the 24th and October 8th. And you can purchase the deluxe version after that for the extra animals before release. You're just not going to get access to that beta. So if you do want to get access to the beta, make sure you get it before the 24th. You can get it after, like you can get it on like the 27th or 28th or even October 7th if you wanted to, but you're only going to get 1 day of the beta, which isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. So, all right, with that being said, that was the biggest news to kind of come out last night or early this morning. I don't know, it depends on how you look at it and where you're located. So that's the first thing we're going to discuss before we move on to gameplay today. So Frontier showed off about, it's been a couple of hours ago, they had a premiere video. It was just a video that they premiered. It wasn't live or anything, of actual gameplay from one of the first scenarios in career mode, which was kind of cool to actually get to see how the game actually operates and some other stuff. There has also been other streamers and stuff today which are at Gamescom, people like Silverette, Best in Shot. I don't know this guy. I've watched a couple of his videos. I know he seems to be really big on Planet Zoo right now, but I've never heard of him until now. But apparently he's a big streamer, big YouTuber, and just didn't know who he was until like Planet Zoo news started coming out. So I guess he's there, and a few other people which I don't care for. Anyway, so they have a couple things. I'm just gonna go over a list after watching a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am not that up to date on everything that's going on in Planet Zoo. I keep track of what Frontier is telling us. I keep track of the Twitter feeds that they give us, the pictures and stuff that they show us on there through social media, but I'm not watching all these other videos from all these other people who are staying extremely up to date on it. So for me, this is just more of a casual kind of look at what's going on with the game, and I'm super excited for Planet Zoo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely excited for this game. It is definitely going to be a game that I am going to be playing. So don't think because I'm not giving it any attention that I'm not interested in this game, because I totally am, and I will definitely be playing this through the beta. In fact, I'll be streaming on September 24th when the beta comes out, and as much as I can after that, depending on what my schedule looks like at that point, because right now I'm not working, but I probably will be working on during that time frame, so I'm gonna have to work that out and see what we can do. All right, so With that being said, I just have a list of things here that I've noticed about it in no particular order that I wrote down as I was watching stuff. All right, so that's all this is going to be, just me kind of going over like cliff notes, basically. So one of the first things that was talked about was there's Planet Coaster was missing tutorials and things like that to teach people how to play the game. They received a ton of feedback on that, and for once, they actually listened to that feedback. So that's a good thing. They did say, they specifically mentioned this, that they did listen to the feedback and they did receive this feedback, and there are going to be more tutorials and ways to learn the game at the beginning. So that's going to be a great thing. So more tutorials first and foremost. Let's talk about fences. Fences is something that we've kind of figured this was going to be how it was going to be from the beginning. Or not from the beginning, but after we started seeing some stuff from information and stuff from the game, it's been kind of loosely revealed that the fences are going to be a lot like, I guess, how they're done in Jurassic World. I've never played Jurassic World, so... But the fences will be adjustable lengths and angles and curves by moving them around to the curve you want. If you've played City Skylines, it feels like the line or road tool from that. So you can just kind of adjust it the way you want it, which is fantastic. I wish we had that in Planet Coaster. Hopefully Planet Coaster 2, if we get a Planet Coaster 2, which I don't see a reason why we wouldn't, we'll have that. So... you can change the type of the wall easily too, just by clicking on it. Kind of like if you played Planet Coaster, which if you're watching my channel, you must have played Planet Coaster, or at least interested in Planet Coaster. So kind of like you're building a coaster in Planet Coaster, and you say you have a straight piece of track, right? But you want to turn that into a brake run. Well, you just click on that piece of track and then change it in the settings. Same thing for the fences. You can say change it from a brick wall over to glass. So very interesting to see how that works. It's really cool. We also got some new animals in the game, such as ostriches, warthogs, frogs for the exhibit areas, orangutans were actually announced yesterday, and I gotta say this, I'm so excited for this, obviously because it's the cover picture for, or a thumbnail for this video. Snow leopards. All right, not quite the snow tigers I was kind of hoping for, you know, the black and white tigers, or I call them Siberian tigers, but technically not all Siberian tigers are black and white. I'm digressing. The snow leopards are awesome. It wasn't what I was hoping for, but I will take snow leopards because they're so beautiful. They really, really are. I love the snow leopards. Let's see, I already said ostriches, warthogs, and orangutans. That's a hard word to say for me, I don't know why. They were also announced yesterday because I guess yesterday was National Orangutan Day. Orangutan Day? I don't know. On Reddit, there were also some screenshots of some of the other animals and stuff that are going to be in terrarium exhibits. So birds like macaws or parrots, toucans, insects like Goliath spiders, beetles, snakes. I saw listings for boa constrictors, cobras, anacondas, all kinds of cool stuff. In fact, I think as I'm making this, I think there's actually a photo of the anaconda that's Frontier released. So I think it's on the Frontier Forums website. And let's see, speaking of that, they did say somewhere, one of the mods, I guess somewhere, which don't trust any information from the mods because they don't actually work for Frontier. They're not in the developing department. They just moderate their forums. So pay no attention to any of these things. But they did say that some of this is just art and may not actually be included in the final game. So since we didn't actually see the macaws in those, they may not be in the game just because they're in the list. So we'll see what happens. I kind of feel like they could be, but there were some things in Planet Coaster that didn't make it in the game until much later on anyway. So maybe these could be DLC animals or something. We'll find out soon enough. We only got another month until the game hits beta. So apparently, yes, animals can kill other animals. It was seen on one of the streams today. I think Rindhammer. I don't know who that guy is. A tiger killing a lemur and then eating it. It wasn't bloody or anything because this is a family game, so it's more like just a biting animation. The animals can escape their enclosure, but they don't seem to really react with the crowd from what I saw during Silverette's live stream. Like, you know, a bear won't attack the crowd. He's just kind of running around. And the crowd seems to, instead of just kind of run from it, or technically towards it, which is really weird, and past it, and sometimes through it. I literally saw the guests going through the bear, so that's kind of disappointing as far as that goes. One of the awesome parts of Zoo Tycoon was occasionally letting the animals loose to attack the crowd when you get frustrated with the game, you know, or just to kind of relieve some stress. It's like, let's let the monkeys free, you know, or the tigers or something. And it was kind of fun. I remember one of the expansions was dinosaurs, letting the velociraptors out on people. I had so much fun with that. Anyway, ironically, I was never the type of person to really, I mean, I did it once or twice, but I was never really the type of person to crash the coasters on purpose, you know? Like, that's how a lot of people play Roller Coaster Tycoon. They just wanted to crash the coasters, and I never really did that. I may have did it once or twice just to try it out, but I did enjoy, like, when my mechanics or something like that would, my workers, when they wouldn't do what I wanted them to do, or just were not really doing much at all, I would like to pick them up and then like drop them into a lake or something for a little bit, and just to kind of show them who's boss. I did enjoy that, so I missed that from Planet Coaster. But I'm digressing into Planet Coaster and not Planet Zoo. All right. Taking a cue from Parkitect, guests apparently do not like seeing facilities during their visit. So that's interesting how they're doing that. I like that. It gives more management for the game, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully that is done well. Frontier's not exactly known for management and stuff in any of their games, so there's no gameplay in their games. So yeah, the management stuff looks like it could be a definite improvement over anything else. So I'm hoping maybe this week, there's going to be more live streams from some of the streamers and stuff this week, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get to see a little bit more gameplay of the actual game instead of just people screwing around. Let's see, power. Power is quite important for Planet Zoo, so you have to manage that. That's a welcome addition, and you'll also have to keep track of water cleanliness. So solar panels are in the game, so you have to keep track of how much things use how much electric. You also, you know, like water management and treatments and stuff like that. So there'll be treatment facilities that you can place down to keep track of the water, because some animals, they want clean drinking water, and they get it out of the lakes and stuff like that, or whatever's in the exhibit. So you got to take care of that. You know, or maybe some animals just like to swim around in dirty water, like alligators. You know, they like swampy water. And of course, you know, the animals can't interact with the water as well. So that's great. That's another up from Planet Coaster as well. Looks like the water is going to be a little bit more involved. Animal shelters will be buildable using piece-by-piece items. We kind of knew this before, but you can also use terrain to build it, or a mixture of the two. And you can also use shelters that are pre-built, or most likely from the workshop. I did see some options for workshop stuff. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I've seen it somewhere before that they did mention, or they did kind of, one of the things they kind of showed on one of the videos was that you can take the terrain and have the terrain be part of a workshop item. So that hopefully is in the game. I don't know if they've improved upon that from Planet Coaster or not, because you wasn't able to do that in Planet Coaster. So hopefully you can in Planet Zoo. That'd be fantastic. But don't take my word for it, because I'm not 100% sure on that. It just looked like something I saw in one of the previous videos. Let's see, terrain textures. Let's talk about terrain textures. In Planet Coaster, you have 8 different ones. There's a lot of different ones you can choose from, and you can edit that in right before you start your park, or you go back at a later time and edit it. This one, Planet Zoo, looks like it includes 10, so 2 extra ones, which is great, because I'm always having a tough time trying to pick my terrain textures for my parks in Planet Coaster. So there's always like 1 or 2 more, 3 or 4 more that I really want to use, but I can't, because I want to use the other ones that I did choose. And speaking of terrain, foliage. Planet Coaster, it was very, very limited at launch, and it never really improved much upon that since then. So it looks like Planet Zoo is going to start with a lot more, and not just a lot more, but it seems to be a lot more detailed, more natural, than what Planet Coasters was. Flowers, trees, bushes, all of these from what I saw looked fantastic on Silverette's stream. And when you place them down, they just look more natural, except for the hedges. The hedges are still square, so that's disappointing. We know that they have models now, and Planco and Planet Zoo are pretty much the same engine, just Planet Zoo is a newer version of it. So it would be fantastic if we could get all the new foliage and stuff that we have in Planet Zoo. If we could get that in Planet Coaster, I would pay for that, Frontier. I would gladly give you money for a DLC pack of foliage. I'm tired of using the same old trees over and over and over again and them all looking exactly the same. You can rotate them as much as you like, it's still the same friggin' tree. So please, Frontier, give us some more foliage for Planet Coaster. You have it, you're showing it, it's there, and I'm sure that, there won't be that much of a difference from porting it over from there into Planet Coaster. So we would pay for this. I'm not the only one that would do that. There are other people out there who want more foliage. We've been screaming for more foliage since the beginning. It would be fantastic if you get it. So, Frontier, I know you listen to my videos. I know you don't like me, but I know you watch my videos. Please, give us more foliage. This is what we're seeing in Planet Zoo is fantastic. All right, anyway. Let's see. Already talked about that. All right, so I'm going to finish this video off with a few things that I've seen so far, and some things that other people are talking about. I took this information is from Reddit. I saw other people commenting these things, so it's not just things I noticed, but things other people have been discussing as well. There are some worrying aspects. Now, I know I'm talking this game up right now, and we all know that the game's not finished yet. It is an alpha. The beta is coming in September, so it's getting close to being released. We're almost in November. It's getting closer day by day. So, but also having played Planet Coaster for, I don't know how many years I've been playing it now, but I've got almost 6,000 hours in it, and having what I've seen from from Jurassic World and people's comments about Jurassic World and other stuff like that, one of the biggest things is that there are problems in the game. So the game looks fantastic now. Planet Zoo looks fantastic, but Frontier, there are things in Planet Coaster that still haven't been fixed since day one. There are things that has happened between releases of DLC and patches and stuff that have been broken and never fixed. So this can be worrying, but again, take this with a grain of salt because this is alpha. I don't want to shoot off the straight end here and be like, rawr. I don't want to disencourage the game any at all right now because the game is looking great. I've seen they gave us tigers in the last few weeks here. They gave us the snow leopards today that we got to see, and everything is looking great for the game, and it looks a whole lot like an updated version of Planet Coaster as far as the engine goes. But there are some worrying aspects coming out of the streams today too. There's lots of clipping animation. Apparently lemurs don't climb the trees or anything. They just kind of walk up to the tree and then they're in the tree. So the animation's missing. Everything is basically running quite janky, and this is troublesome. But again, it is also alpha, not beta or released gameplay, so there's that. I've never played it again, but I'm hearing people say Jurassic Park was like this, an unfinished mess. So time will tell. This game is going to be huge though. It's not just a quick buck game from a licensed deal like Jurassic World. Apparently they won Best Simulation Game at Gamescom for Planet Zoo. So this is going to be a big thing. This is going to be probably one of their biggest selling games. I really feel that it will be. And I've had this guy who I think we banned him the other day because he was just being extremely negative, but and kind of trolling my channel. But in Twitch the other day, there's this guy who keeps coming in and he's just like, "Oh, Planet Zoo's gonna crash and burn. It sucks. It's gonna be awful." I completely disagree with that. There are more people out there who love Zoo Tycoon than Roller Coaster Tycoon World, nobody likes Roller Coaster Tycoon World, but than Roller Coaster Tycoon. There are more animal lovers than there are coaster nerds. So I really feel like Planet Zoo is going to be a huge hit for them. I really do. So they need to get this right. hopefully they've taken all the information that they've gathered over the years from Planet Coaster. All the things that we've said we hate, all the things we said we've liked, hopefully they have actually listened to the feedback and they've made a great game, because this game is going to be a top seller. I really feel like it's going to. It's going to be their biggest seller. I can't wait to play it myself. I'm really looking forward to it. That does not mean that I'm going to abandon Planet Coaster at all. I'm more of a coaster nerd than I care about zoos, but the game looks fantastic and I love Zoo Tycoon, so I can't wait to play Planet Zoo. All right, again, time will tell. We'll see what happens. But anyway, those are just kind of my quick thoughts on what we've seen today out of this. If there's any more fantastic information or anything I feel like worth this talking about comes out of this week over the next few days from the streams and stuff, then I will do another quick video just to kind of talk about that. But I don't want to kind of go into too much detail about it. Like, I'm not going to make 100 videos about zebras. I'm going to just kind of go through every now and then and kind of tell you my thoughts and stuff. So again, I don't watch every single bit of information, but I am keeping track of the game from what Frontier is telling us. I'm watching all the developer diaries. I'm doing all of that. You know, people are asking me, am I going to play Planet Zoo? And the answer is yes. I'm going to be playing Planet Zoo. It is going to be on my channel. It's going to be a big thing on my channel, just as much as Planet Coaster is. City Skylines is also great. So I think those three are going to be my biggest channel brands, I guess you could say. So with that being said, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my thoughts on this. I can't wait to see how many thumbs down I get, because I haven't really said anything negative that doesn't need to be said. I've been extremely honest about this, and I'm hyped about the game. I'm excited about the game. Snow leopards! Alright, so that being said, I can't wait to see how many people thumb me down just because they don't like me. So that's fantastic. I will see you guys in the next video. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And yes, that is from The Truman Show. So I appreciate the little thing there from that. Thank you, Bro Coaster, for that. Alright, later, guys. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.